Whoa. Okay, you aren't kidding about this being some heavy stuff for today's deep dive.
Yeah.
We're talking about Mike Jeffries,
We are.
the ex-CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch,
That's right.
arrested
Mm-hmm.
on sex trafficking charges.
Yeah.
That's not even just bad business. That's
It's
seriously disturbing stuff.
It's really disturbing. And I mean, the indictment is really, really something else. It's not pulling any punches.
Okay, so unpack this a little bit for me, because Mike Jeffries, I mean, he was the CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch for a long time, wasn't he?
He was the CEO for a long time, yeah, from 1992 to 2014.
So we're talking decades.
Yeah, like his name was synonymous with the brand for like a solid 20 years.
It was. It was. And I remember
Yeah.
during that time, there were definitely some controversial things surrounding him in terms of like marketing.
For sure, for sure.
But nothing like
Oh, this is a whole other level.
No. And now here we are, October 22nd, 2024. He's arrested in West Palm Beach.
West Palm Beach, Florida.
Florida. And the charges are not just sex trafficking, but interstate prostitution. So this is
a whole other
thing.
Yeah, and he's expected to be arraigned in New York. And it's not just him. They also named his partner Matthew Smith and this associate James Jacobson. So we're already talking about other people potentially being involved.
So it sounds like a massive operation.
Oh, yeah.
You said international?
That's what it's looking like. The accusations say this has been going on from 2008 to 2015. So we're talking like 7 years. And it was targeting these young men, aspiring models, using that kind of like, oh, we can help you with your career, and then coercing them into these situations.
Oh, God.
And they even mentioned drugs being used. It's really awful.
It's like something out of a movie.
I know.
It's crazy, but it's not a movie.
Right.
This is real life, and this is happening. And, and I know that this happened.
Unfortunately, yeah.
But what's really sticking with me is, wasn't there a lawsuit against Jeffries a while back?
There was?
For something similar.
Yes.
About taking advantage of male models.
Yes. During his time at Abercrombie and Fitch, there was a class action lawsuit against him for exploiting aspiring male models.
So similar accusations to what he's facing now.
Yes, very similar. The manipulation, the coercion, promising them these amazing careers, but then pressuring them into these compromising situations. Like, it wasn't proven in court back then, but with this new case, it just brings all those old accusations back to light. And it really makes you wonder.
It really makes you wonder.
If this was a pattern of behavior.
Exactly. Like, how far back does this go?
Right. And how much more is there to uncover because, they're investigating this now.
Yeah. And this is something I think a lot of our listeners struggle with, which is just trying to keep up with really complex cases as they unfold, because there's just so much information out there, like how do you even stay on top of all of it?
Oh my God, let me tell you, I spend hours every day just researching this stuff. But honestly, I found this tool recently. It's called podcastworld.io. Have you heard of it?
I have.
Okay, so it's basically like a search engine, but specifically for podcasts.
Oh.
And it uses AI to really hone in on exactly what you're looking for. Like, how sometimes you search for something and you get all these kind of related episodes?
Well, it's vaguely related, not quite what you were looking for.
Exactly. But with this, you can actually search within podcasts for very specific information. So let's say in this case, we're talking about Jeffries. Maybe you want to hear legal experts analyzing the situation as it develops. You literally type that into podcastworld.io, and it scans the transcripts from, thousands of podcasts, probably more, and it pulls out the exact segments that match what you're looking for.
Wow.
Yeah. It's honestly a game changer. And on top of that, they have this AI bot feature. It's crazy. You can actually chat with your favorite podcasts and podcasters.
It was.
Yeah. So if you have a quick question about the case or you're curious about something they said, boom, you can ask the AI bot and get your answer instantly.
Wow, that's really useful, especially in a case like this where we know there's going to be new information coming out all the time.
Exactly.
Okay, so going back, we know that Jeffries' attorney has said that they're going to address the allegations in court. There's also a press conference coming from the U.S. Attorney's Office pretty soon. So it feels like we're really just at the very beginning of this.
We are just at the tip of the iceberg here. And like you said, it really just brings up these major, major questions about power.
Yeah.
Like we see this not just in fashion, but in all kinds of industries. What happens when someone with power allegedly abuses it like this?
Yeah, and for how long?
And for how long? And how do we stop it? It just makes you think.
Yeah, it really does. And, you know, for everyone listening, we really want to know what you think about this. What does this case bring up for you? What are your thoughts? Hit us up on social media. Let's talk about it. Let's share, your insights, your concerns. Until next time, stay curious and informed.